These guys the second time in a row and the possibility of learning something. What did you come away learning?
I think first and foremost we got to be more physical, and I think we talk about that all the time, and it can sound mundane, but we got to be the more physical team, and that's what I really think the game came down to. I thought up front, we weren't as good as we have been the past few weeks. And overall, I think we just gave them too many momentum plays and had too many mental mistakes in there to win the game. So we got some stuff we got to clean up this week. It's going to be better for us being at home, as far as communication and different things like that go. And we're looking forward to the challenge.
You said the physical part, but is that dumb question? But is that more physical or is that a mental thing in terms of going into the game?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, obviously you got to mentally get yourself prepared to be physical, and then you got to go out there and play physical. So, that's just something that we've obviously watched the film, and we didn't think we played our best game, but that one's over now, and this one's obviously means a lot more than the last one. So,
we talked about a bit about being in a rhythm. I mean, did you feel that you were in a rhythm during the game, or did you feel like, because they were still putting Montel in there in certain spots? I mean, did you still feel that you were in a rhythm, or did you get pulled out of it a little bit there?
Yeah, no, I felt like I got in a rhythm. Obviously we didn't execute in the red zone. Like I said, we made too many mistakes. I took a couple of big sacks, where you give them momentum, and we never really gained that back, or I never really felt like that we got them on their heels. And you got to be able to do that to a defense if you want to have success on offense. So it's something that we're evaluating right now, and hopefully we can do better at this week.
Having seen them firsthand now, what do you think of the defense?
They were really physical. Obviously their front seven, played really well, I thought, and their DBs tackle, I think, very well as well. So, they did a really good job against us. Obviously, like I said, with momentum plays, they, made a few of them getting a 4th and 1 stop, getting a big sack, on the second drive in the second half, and they got a couple, good short yardage stops against us. So. We got to eliminate those, but we know what the challenge that we're facing this week.
I asked Alexander about it, but Harson's lately has kind of been implying, I don't know if you've heard the Nick Saban rat poison thing that he's been talking about. Have you heard about that?
I haven't.
Basically, I'll explain it for guys. But when he says that players kind of, when they buy into positive news, even that it can affect them negatively, and Harson's kind of been implying that lately. Not that maybe a lot of guys did, but maybe some guys did. Have you noticed that sort of a thing, and how much do you guys talk about that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I think when you lose, you always got to go back and look at what went wrong, or what was the mentality change that we didn't have from previous weeks going into that week. And I think there probably is a little bit of that. Guys read social media nowadays, and you see all the stuff that's written about you, everybody's saying good things, and it's a wake-up call when you lose. So in a sense, it could be a good thing for us, that we didn't lose that game, because we obviously know what we got to do better this week, and hopefully we can go out and do that.
What is the feeling like when, that's my kid, sorry. What is the feeling like, when you haven't lost in 2 months, and Coach Hill said you guys may be a little pissed off this week? I mean, you haven't had this feeling in a while. What is that like, and to go against the same team again that just beat you?
Yeah, it's definitely different, because you're facing the same opponent. But I think there is a little bit of that pissed off mentality that we want to go out and we want to prove that we can do some good things this week on offense. And obviously, it's really nice, being in the situation to have this opportunity on the blue. So that's something that we're really excited about, and we want to be better this week.
How tough was it not having Jake out there on Saturday? But on the flip side, also, what does John Bates give you guys on offense?
Yeah, obviously not having Jake is a big loss. He's a great player. He does a lot of different things for us on offense. But John Bates is a guy that's been improving every single week. He's obviously a very big body. He's gone through a big learning curve, this past year and a half, and he's getting better every single day. So I think he's at the point now, where he's ready to step in. Obviously, he made some big catches there in that last game, and he's ready to do whatever he has to do this week.
With the said, looking at it, this week, realized he's one of the top 10 receivers in terms of yardage in the country. he's been the #1 guy this year, and he knew coming into this season he was probably going to be that, and he's delivered so far. What has impressed you about what he's been able to do this year?
I think just his consistency. Being a guy that comes out to practice every single day. Is always bringing a good vibe, good mentality, and then just goes out in games and makes plays. Play after play after play. So. He's really nice to have, and I'm glad he's on our side for sure.
Having this game here in Boise, one last quick one, how important is that?
Oh, it's very important. That's something that we talk about. In the off season, you want to be able to close out a championship game on your home turf, and I think we found out last week, what home field advantage can do. That was a very, very hostile crowd in Fresno. They did an unbelievable job, making it hard for us to communicate. On offense and different things like that. And, I'm hoping our crowd will be the same way, giving them troubles on offense.
How do you feel like the system, with you and Montel has kind of evolved? And I know obviously you've been able to throw it more and get more opportunities and stuff like that. How do you think it's changed? And do you still feel like it's as potent as it was maybe even a month ago?
Yeah, I think it's obviously has evolved, I think, a little bit. Week to week, I think we think that there's different things that, that my skill set is going to be good for, and Montel's skill set is going to be good for. So it definitely has evolved. I think it's still, I think it still can work. Obviously last week we didn't put up the production that we wanted to, but that's not going to change anything that we do. It's we know what we got to get better at. It's really nothing that has to do with our scheme. We just got to be more physical and not make bad mental mistakes.